Well, hello neighbor. A few weeks ago I was being interviewed and the interviewer asked me if I'd ever thought of having my own TV show, and I said I had, because I have. And then he asked me what that would look like. And I have to admit, I hadn't thought of it that far. And my soul, my inner core lit up like I was a volcano filled with lava. I'm not the kind of person who has a dream and then doesn't chase after it, but this TV thing, I wasn't chasing after it. So here I am, one woman, my iPhone, and a tripod, making a gardening TV show. Bear with me, because it's probably going to be a little rough. The production value is 0, and I'm doing it all, just cobbling it together. So watch it, don't watch it, laugh at me, laugh with me, I don't know. I'm gonna follow my dream. I'm gonna make these cheap and tasty pumpkin pots, and you're gonna want to pay attention. Let's do it. You need a sturdy pot. It can't be lightweight. It has to be able to support the weight of all these gourds, pumpkins, etc. You can even use Osage oranges if you have them. My Osage orange tree hasn't dropped anything yet, so we're not using those today. So it can't just be a lightweight small pot. It has to be substantial. I'd say this is the smallest pot I'd recommend. It's filled with soil to about 2 inches because you want the pumpkins and gourds to be under the level here so that it doesn't tip over. There's no tipsy. The only thing tipsy around here is me. Got it? So we're just gonna start layering, and if I don't have enough pumpkins and gourds in this basket, you will get the gist of it enough that you'll be able to carry on without me. So here we go, building. I'm gonna start with the bigger ones on the bottom. Thanks to the sirens, I live next to a hospital, so that's handy for the actual hospitalization I often need. Let it go. Oh God. Put your you want bigger on the bottom, like myself. And for right now, I feel like I'm being creeped on by creepers. I hope there's no creepers. For the bottom, you don't have to really stick much together, but then when you get a little bit up, taller, a little higher, you're gonna need some help sticking things together. I don't just recommend it, I insist on it. This is the brand used to be called Floral Cling, but this is a floral sticky clay, and you can get it in a brick easily, but I really think that this tape is the way to go. I don't know why I believe that, but I do. So this stuff can stick anything together, and it's waterproof and perfect. And you just wanna put a little bit, stick it right on there, and you stick it from pumpkin to pumpkin, and you are on, like Donkey Kong. That didn't really rhyme, but whatever, you get it. So jam some there, stick, jam some there between the two, stick. This is gonna be one of those things that fades out and then fades to like a perfect product. I mean, not that I ever do perfect anyways, but because I'm just one woman, a tripod, an iPhone, and some sticky clay, and I'm way squintier on camera than I am in real life. I keep like, hello? I don't know what that's all about. Usually I'd be more considerate of color theory, but right now I'm just going. Thanks to Midway Airlines flying right over, or that's Midway Airport, Southwest Airlines, always. So stick. Doesn't matter if you can see the cling, because I've got a trick for that. I've got a trick for everything. And stick a little bit taller, but it's my first TV show, so bear with me. So I have a little bit of sheet moss. It's not the best quality sheet moss. Usually I like it less falling apart. It may be because I've had it for a while. So I'm just gonna stick the sheet moss in any place where there's a hole. I guess it's really not sheet moss at this point, it's just moss. And it comes together fairly quickly and lovely. Number one question, how do I get the squirrels to stop eating my really cool tower of pumpkins and gourds, Amanda? I have two really excellent options for you that you can roll your eyes at if you want. The first one is I found out on an accident that Armor All wipes work really well. It's just something I had with me when I was doing these for a client, and it worked and made the pumpkins really shiny and made them smell like a new car, and it worked. So the other thing is a product called hot pepper wax. It's really great for when you bring your houseplants in as well. It keeps the cats out of your houseplants if that's an issue that you have. It's an issue that I have, so I'm assuming that, you know, if you have cats and houseplants, it's an issue. That red pepper wax works really quite well for squirrels, unless you have the evil kind of squirrels that enjoy the hot pepper wax, which, you know, that could happen. So now I'm like, I can finish the back because I still have some battery packs, so a little bit of cling clay. Now I will say the hardest part about these pots is that if you want to do two that match, it's really hard to get two that match. And hopefully they just aren't super close on top of each other so you can tell that they don't match. That one's just not gonna go. How about this little baby bear? Are you impressed yet? Because I'm trying so hard for you to like me. I don't think that one really needs to go there, but just for the sake of it. All right, guys, you get the idea. A little bit of moss, jam that in there. Sphagnum or Spanish moss works really well too. Either just the natural colored Spanish moss or the dyed green. It's a little bit spookier looking than the sheet moss or sphagnum moss. What else do I need to tell you about this? Basically, it's kick-ass and you should do this, especially if you grow your own gourds, because you've got gourds coming out of your ears. I don't have gourds coming out of my ears this year. I have these green pumpkins that are coming out of my ears, and that's it. All right, this has gone on far too long, so the end. A friend of mine has asked me for some shiso seeds. This is perilla or shiso. Hey, there's a grasshopper there. Get out of there, grasshopper. And whereas it's a pretty common plant and kind of a thuggish plant, he asked me for some seeds and I'm going to deliver them. And here is how I'm going to do that. One of my favorite garden tools overall is a saucer sled. It's good for so many things. And in this case, I'm just going to pick some shiso, pulling it right out of the ground and laying it right on, oh yeah, laying it right on the sled. Trying not to get any dirt in there. Trying not hard enough, probably. And I will get out of there, Juga. Ooh, big fat worm. I'll go through and I'll clip off the ends and compost the bottom, and then just the seed heads will sit in the sled for a week or so. I'll just slide it on a shelf in the garage, and then I'll be able to scoop the seeds out of the center. Let's see if I can get any in here now. I think it needs just another week or so of drying. So all of the seeds will be able to be gathered right in the center, and then I can put them right into a, watch this move, a little glassine envelope for like Martha style. Put them right in the envelope, write the name on it, and tape them closed. But my style is put it in a little coin envelope. They come in every color you can think of, and I got a stamp made with my face on it, more or less, and these are my business cards now. I hope I'm on screen. Anyway, that's how I do it. I'm gonna make a spider web to hang on my house for Halloween decoration out of crap I have laying around the house. Get ready to jump into hyperspace. Amanda again, and well, of course it is. It's my TV show that I made up, and I'm the only person who does all the parts and the editing. And let me just tell you that if you're the normal kind of person who doesn't like to see yourself in photos or video or hear your own voice, making your own TV show all about you, starring you, is really the way to go. It's really gonna break you down inside. Let's move on. It's supposed to get very cold here tomorrow night, and I still have, I've taken a few plants out of this pot. I use the same plants and the same pot every year, same design. The theme of my, the front of my house is the Polynesian Resort from Walt Disney World, because why wouldn't it be? So these plants are gonna get moved in for the winter, and there is, in my book, a correct way to do that, and that is, I use an old nursery pot, and we'll just dig one of these bad boys out of here and make sure that it's the right size. And I am going to, I have really good soil in here, so it really shouldn't be a big deal to get it out of here with my bare hands, although, I mean, those are famous last words, aren't they? Okay, maybe it won't be that one. Maybe it'll be this one. I wouldn't necessarily recommend just giving it a good yank like I just did, but I did it. It's done. And then I'm just gonna use soil from this pot to backfill, make sure that it's the right height, make sure it's happy, make sure it falls all over the place. Quietly scooping soil in here. And then water it in really good before I put it in the house. But in my case, and I didn't do that right. It's not perfect. It's my first TV show. What do you want to do? The way to do this, and even with any plant that you're bringing in and out, or any indoor plant, is to have a decorative pot that you slip the nursery pot inside. I have a terracotta saucer that I'm going to put inside, and then this goes right in here, and technically it should be like standing up and not sad. And then I would cover the top of the soil with a little bit of moss, and I'll fix that now off camera, and then I'll put a picture up on how cute it looks after I've fixed everything, and it won't be like or maybe it will be, I don't know. So aloha. Okay, now I've brought this Dracaena inside. It's time to give it a little bit of water. And the best way to do that is to stick your finger in the soil and feel if there's any moisture. If there is, you don't water it. If there isn't, you give it some water. The saucer in the bottom is gonna hold excess. You don't want it to hold water, so if it's collecting water, you wanna dump that out. Make sure that it doesn't have wet feet. Indoor plants don't usually like wet feet. I was yammering earlier about this product, hot pepper wax, and this is really terrific when you bring your outdoor plants in and your indoor plants out, whichever one. So this will make it so that the cat does not eat the leaves. Look, no bitey. I swear to God, he's like the most uncooperative cat. See, it worked. That's amazing, because like I couldn't pay him in catnip to do what I wanted, so that actually just worked for real. So that is the end of this first episode of Mud Life Crisis, my new TV show that is a real TV show on TV. And thanks so much for watching, and let me know what you want me to do in future episodes. Bye.